first time viewing, my name Mark. Within the next 45 seconds, a video will play to set the ground rules. Directly following that will be a recap of the previous episode. Right after the previous episode recap, I'll be back with you to give my own unique style of commentary on 3 videos I found to be either ridiculous, insightful, or just downright relatable. Before we start the ground rules, I have to advise everyone watching to keep respectful in my comment section if you just so happen to leave a comment. And stick around for the entire video if this is your first time watching. Now y'all sit tight while I finish getting ready for the show, and I'll be back momentarily.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Welcome to Reality with GP. Before the show starts, a few ground rules need to be set. Number 1. If you're a prominent YouTuber and you admire GP's editing style, ask GP directly about how he does his editing. Number 2. Prominent YouTubers must do a reaction video to GP's latest upload to learn his editing techniques for free. Number 3. People who are emotionally sensitive to cold, hard truth. You don't belong here, so get the fuck on somewhere right now. GP, you ready yet? Your show starts in less than 30 seconds.
Man, hell yeah, I'm ready. Let me make sure I'm looking good for this camera. Alright, let's get it.
On last episode of Reality with GP report on the superior aptitude of Sigma males.
Why alphas struggle with Sigma. While an alpha demands attention, a Sigma earns it effortlessly, often without even trying. When faced with a Sigma, the alpha's usual tactics fall flat. Sigmas aren't impressed by bravado, and they won't compete for dominance because they simply don't care. Let me tell you something most people are too scared to say. Sigmas are the ultimate threat to narcissists. A Sigma walks into a room and doesn't say a word, yet everyone feels his presence. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't play the game. He is the game. That kills the narcissist.
Step into the intriguing world of Sigma males. Sigma males are known for their independence and autonomy. They may suddenly disappear from social gatherings or online platforms without providing any explanation. Sigma males are comfortable with silence and may choose to remain quiet in social situations, observing others and withholding their thoughts or opinions. Their enigmatic silence can leave others wondering about their inner thoughts and motivations.
Stay tuned for today's episode of the greatest one-man show in history.
What's good with y'all? It's your boy GP. Alright, I'm back and I got a few videos I'm reporting on for y'all today. I'm gonna let the first video play and I'm gonna come back and get my perspective on it as usual. Now let's roll that video.
Access granted.
Dating a Sigma male. Dating a Sigma isn't like dating anyone else. It feels like stepping into another world. He's not the guy who floods your phone with texts. He's the one who shows up when you least expect it. Calm, steady, unpredictable. A Sigma doesn't need to win you over with flashy moves. He lets his silence do the talking. And somehow, that silence pulls you closer. While others try to impress with attention, he impresses with presence. One look, one moment, and you can't get him out of your head. But here's the catch. If you try to cage him, he'll vanish. He doesn't belong to anyone. He chooses to stay. And when he stays, that love is rare and unshakable. Because to a Sigma, dating isn't about filling emptiness. It's about sharing strength. He'd rather walk alone than walk with the wrong person. And that's why, when he finally gives his heart, it's worth more than gold.
Access granted.
And being a Sigma male myself, I can honestly say every word within the duration of that video is 100% accurate. Without picking my commentary for this one to go in depth on the similar subject matter that the majority of society seems to be clueless about. What I'm referencing is the fact that within the alpha male archetype, the entirety of their personality traits consist of fragmented counterfeit variations of the many traits comprised within the essence of my archetype of Sigma males. Allow me to expound on what I mean by that. First point of reference. When people in general think of alpha males, the first thing that comes to mind would be power, recognition, and influence. Basically, most people think of the alpha male as being all around, with those who follow trends will refer to as him. Now, what makes the influence, power, and recognition of alpha males a counterfeit variant of Sigma males is how Sigma males outclass alpha males in every way. But yet, Sigma males, we are never prideful or boastful when it comes to our capabilities or accomplishments, and we generally keep them to ourselves unless we're asked about them. Meanwhile, these alpha males, they are overly boastful and always feel the need to share both their capabilities and their accomplishments, even if no one asks. Second area of reference. When the majority of alpha males describe what they're looking for in marriage, typically it's the equivalent of what a parent would do for their child. Alpha males on the market state needing their future wives to cook, clean, do laundry, and maintain the household. All of which are things that a child typically expects from their parents. Sigma males, on the other hand, all we look for is mental and emotional receptivity, accompanied by acceptance of our loving, affectionate, and fiercely loyal nature. And in return, we'll do anything for the woman who receives and accepts us for who we are. To sum up the synopsis of both points I'm making here, first is that alpha males only say and do things for the sole purpose of validation, while Sigma males only say and do things for own fulfillment, and literally couldn't care less about validation. Second, that alpha males want a replacement mother figure when they look to get married. Meanwhile, Sigma males want a companion that will always appreciate being loved, cherished, and catered to in a way that causes her to feel like our queen instead of our wives. Also, in case today's news report.
Ninja art, hidden Miss Jutsu.
If you're enjoying the show so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, that like button and comment your thoughts down below to push me further into the algorithm. Now let's roll that second news report.
Access granted.
Sigma males and love. A Sigma doesn't fall in love the way others do. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't drown in sweet words or get lost in empty promises. When a Sigma loves, it's rare, it's deep, it's unshakable. He gives loyalty where others give games. He gives silence where others give noise. He gives presence where others give performance. But here's the truth. His love isn't for everyone, because not everyone can handle it. To love a Sigma is to step into a world without masks, a world where attention is not free, where loyalty is demanded, and where betrayal is never forgiven. And if you lose him, you don't just lose a man. You lose an entire world you'll never find again. Because a Sigma's love is not about possession, it's about devotion. And once it's gone forever.
Access granted.
Every word within the time span of that video was precise, while also perfectly describing how I operate within relationships. Allow me to give an example and go further in depth on what I mean by that. From my lived experience as a Sigma male, I personally fall for women based on three factors. The first factor is within how a woman carries herself. The second factor is within how deeply that particular woman cares for my well-being. The third and final factor is within whether or not she can be accepted in my over-the-top romanticism. All three of these things directly tie to the statement that a Sigma male doesn't fall in love the way others do, which is the opening thesis of the news report that just concluded. Now, the reason behind why these three factors are of the utmost importance is due to the main factor that makes my archetype of Sigma males both superior and rare simultaneously, which will be that we always treat people how we would want to be treated. And in times we're mistreated, we're not going to argue with you or explain to you what you did wrong. We'll just walk away from the situation and permanently revoke your access to us. Now, I've mentioned many times before on this channel that with the way I operate, so far in my dating experience, I've been kicked to the curb for being too nice, and I've had situations with women that went no further than the bedroom, when a woman already knew beforehand that I was romantically interested in her before we hooked up, and yet they chose to say and do things to convince me that things between us would eventually go further if I continued to blow their back out with no commitment. Now, just a brief side note before we move on to the next news report. It bothers me when society tries to make it seem as though it's only men who lie to pure-hearted women to get sex. And from my own personal experience, since I've gotten in shape and chosen to make my health and appearance priorities in my life, I can honestly say that there's many women that will do the exact same thing to a pure-hearted man. More simply put, we Sigma males are the guys that many typical run-of-the-mill women will offer that area between their legs and never fully give commitment to, meaning it will take a rare type of woman to fully commit to us with the intent of lifelong marriage. Now, on to location next news report. If you're enjoying the show so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, the like button and comment your thoughts down below to push me further into the algorithm. Roll that final news report.
Access granted.
Sigma in love. Love isn't about needing someone. It's about choosing the right one. A Sigma doesn't chase hearts. He attracts them naturally, silently, and powerfully. He doesn't fall for appearances. He sees beyond the surface. A smile is charming. A conversation is fleeting. But the soul's depth holds his attention. He doesn't rush. He observes, understands, and evaluates. Emotions are neither a weakness nor a game. They are a language he speaks fluently. He doesn't cling when others pull away. Patience is his weapon. He values himself enough to walk away from anything that doesn't honor his worth. Drama is invisible to him. Chaos doesn't shake him. He doesn't compete for affection. He gives it with clarity, presence, and purpose. He listens more than he speaks, but when he does, his words carry weight. He notices the small details, gestures, pauses, silent cries for understanding. He doesn't promise what he cannot deliver. His actions are consistent, deliberate, and trustworthy. He inspires loyalty not by demand, but by example. He doesn't need validation because his self-respect is unshakable. He gives love freely, but it is selective, intentional, and unwavering. A Sigma's love is not loud or flashy. It's a quiet storm that moves mountains. He understands that vulnerability is strength, and trust is a sacred gift. He's not afraid of rejection. It is merely a signal, not a failure. He adapts, learns, and grows with every connection, making each one meaningful. He loves fully, but he never loses himself in another. His presence feels rare, magnetic, and unforgettable to those who truly see him. If you want to love like a Sigma, stop seeking validation. Choose depth over convenience, presence over pretense, and authenticity over illusion.
Access granted.
Everything stated within that video is 100% factual in my honest opinion. Like I've stated many times before, these will be long and drawn out videos if I add to every point due to the natural multi-layered way of thinking that accompanies me having ADHD, so I only add to one of the points made. First and only point of discussion. Towards the end of the video, the statement that Sigma males are not afraid of rejection. That sentence alone doesn't resonate with the majority of people. Speaking from personal experience, seeing the expressions on faces of bystanders after I was rejected, the fact that I literally just going about my business afterwards, completely unfazed, literally causes those who witness it to be both bewildered and mind-boggled. I'll say that this is due to the fact that most people are worried about following the status quo rather than just being who they are. There's also an expression that directly ties into this, which will be, you are the company you keep. The truth within that expression is exactly why, until I'm married, I will always prefer solitude. I say that because in spending an extremely vast amount of time with yourself, only then can authenticity comprise the core and essence of anybody regardless of who they are, which in turn would directly necessitate any profession of love for someone or something outside of yourself to be genuine and unrelenting to both your words and your actions. Now, because this is a key component to my archetype of Sigma males, fumbling us is and always will be far more detrimental than would be to fumble an alpha male or beta male. The reason being that the constant pleasantries, ever-present affection, and ceaseless flattery that accompanies dating a Sigma male will leave any woman with a new set of standards that the majority of other men in society will never measure up to. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also that like button and comment your thoughts down below to push me further into the algorithm. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. All my souls on the hologram to the right side of your screen. And to Philip Scott, stop trying to copy me because you will never match me in terms of my creativity and originality. and you really are an idiot for copying me after denying my application to be a contributor on your channel, I say that because by not putting me on, you've made it far easier for me to publicly dismantle the false image of honesty, morality, and integrity surrounding your organization. And what makes you even more stupid is that you have thousands of videos exposing both the system and the government, and yet you chose to do something illegal by stealing my ideas over the last 2 years and marketing them as your own. And I've got far more evidence you copied me outside that 3-minute video I posted prior to my laptop undergoing repairs. Now, I chose to only post the most recent evidence, and the total amount of footage I have against you proving that you've been copying me is over 1.5 hours long in total. And on the day when I take you in front of a judge and have all your bank records subpoenaed to have you legally forced to pay the full amount of every cent you profited from copying me, the ruling will undoubtedly be against you and in my favor with prejudice. And to anyone just spectating my show and wondering who I'm referencing, him and all his contributors are tagged in my description. Now, I'm not going at his contributors too harshly because it's strong against my morality and principles to disrespect a woman, but to all of his contributors, there's one expression that you all might want to take into consideration before binding yourselves and your public image to another organization. The expression I'm referencing would be, when you've got an idiot for leader, the whole team is bound to suffer. And for those of you just spectating because you genuinely enjoy my show, be sure you stay tuned for the next episode. And don't forget to ring my notification bell on your way out. You literally just tuned into the greatest one-man show in history. I'll see y'all on the next one.